What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? So listen, we're going to have to talk here. The talk that we've been having, the talk that we're going to keep on having, that nobody believed me until now. And even though it's happening now, some of y'all still refuse to believe that I was singing this same song and dance here when I first started my channel 4 and 5 years ago. I was standing here singing this same song and dance. I was standing here doing the same tap dance strategy. I was standing right here. So I was watching these videos on TikTok, right? The regular TikTok shorts. Well, you know how like they have the TikTok shorts that last, what, about a minute or whatever, but you know how they break them up in sessions with different people talking, like from different families or different people from different ethnicities and people from different countries, but it all goes down in one setting. It's not one person talking. So I was laying down and I was watching TikTok, and I came across this shorts where the first one, it was a white husband and his wife, and he had a MAGA hat, and he set his MAGA hat down, and he said that he regretted voting for Trump, and his wife was saying that they regretted voting for Trump. Okay, that was that one. Then it was another man in his car. He was holding his head, and he was saying, I regret voting for Trump. It was another woman that come on here behind this man, said she regret voting for Trump, and she said that she been with him for 2 terms and she don't know why she voted for him again, and she was a fool. She don't know what she was thinking. And then there was a couple of more people that came on up under. I think it was about like 2 more people or something that came on too, saying that they regret voting for Trump. And now with all of this stuff going on, they regret voting for Trump. But see, this is what I've been sitting here preaching about to y'all even before the voting got started, before November 24th, before joining forces, before the Latinos got together, before the black people was trying to talk to the Latinos, before all of this stuff even started taking shape. About 5 years ago, up until today, up until this day, today that you watching me today, this is what I have been talking about. I have been telling y'all, and I'm going to keep telling y'all, that nothing, and if you a true watcher of Cougar's Closet, then you know I've been preaching this same ceremony and ain't nothing changed. I still been using the same salt and pepper, ain't nothing changed. Nothing affects different people or different cultures or different multitudes of races and ethnics of people until it affects them. I've been saying this. I've been saying this, y'all. But now people are starting to feel the effects of something. Now they regretting something, but they always regretting something when it's too late. And this is what we going into now. Everybody regretting the decision they made to bring him into office, because at some point, on some level, on some earth, on some axis, on some rotation, on something, people are starting to be affected. But that's what I kept telling y'all. Even though it's different races, it's different communities, it's different this and it's different that, at some point, somebody gonna get affected. Because we ain't nothing but a big circle. We ain't nothing but a big circle. Whether it skip over your house and go to your next door neighbor house, whether it skip the next door neighbor house and jump 3 streets over, somebody gonna get touched in the circle. Somebody getting touched. But didn't nobody understand what I was saying. But now here we are with the effects of people getting touched. Now they want somebody to do something, but how can somebody do something when it's in concrete, when it's in stone, it's in writing, it's in setting? There's nothing that could be done at this point. And like I said, there's a lot of people that's getting on here now, a lot of black people that's talking to the white community and talking to the Spanish community. Like, we tried to talk to y'all, we tried to tell y'all, but y'all thought it was for us, but it wasn't for us. It's for anybody. But nobody understood this. So now, this is what's happening. But I've been saying this. I keep preaching this. But don't nobody knows I'm standing here. I ain't been standing here for 5 years preaching this. I ain't even been preaching this before 5 years before I even got on YouTube. No, I ain't never been preaching this. Don't nobody understand this. And I'm just throwing this out here because right now it ain't time to talk about no race, no nothing. I'm just giving an example. I'm just talking from my heart of hearts. If white people have never ever experienced racism before, they not gonna understand what you as a black woman or what you or as a black man is saying, because they can't connect to you. Ain't no feelings there. They can't understand what you said because that hasn't been done to them before. If other cultures, even that got same skin color as you, Indians and all of these other people, if they've never been attacked by police officers for racial profiling, they're not going to be able to feel your pain because they don't get pulled over. They don't get harassed. They don't get bothered. So they're not going to be able to connect with you on that until it starts touching them. But this is what I've been trying to tell y'all. But here we are today, and now people getting touched. Now you understand. Now you want to pull your vote out the basket. Now you want to do all of these things. But when black folks were trying to talk to you, we wasn't even humans. We was animals. We was the dogs out in the backyard. We was old Yellow. We wasn't nobody even talk to. We trying to talk to people that ain't even supposed to be over here. That ain't even written in no laws. We already ain't written in no laws. But y'all ain't even written in no laws because y'all done packed up and came over here. Didn't nobody know you was even coming over here. You ain't written in no laws. So I'm trying to figure out, what chance do you have that's greater than us, that's been here and ain't written in no laws, and y'all coming unexpectedly, and people writing laws and ain't even including you because they don't even know you coming. Ain't no legal paperwork, ain't no documents, ain't no numbers on you, ain't nothing. And all of a sudden, you gonna come over here and you gonna take front row seat? I'm just talking. Because this is what's happening. I've been sitting here for years telling y'all that people get on here night and day. They don't want to spend their money with people that's trying to get to the root of the problem. They don't want to cash at people that's trying to get to the root of the problem, try to fix something. They want to pay for entertainment. They want to be entertained with something they like. Until something strikens them and they can't pay for no entertainment. Now, they ain't worried about no entertainment. They getting up, putting their shoes on, coming out here with y'all, talking about, we got to do this. We being racial profile. Don't get up from the table now. No, stay where you at and figure out how you going to pay for your entertainment. Because not only myself, other content creators that I watch, it's a lot of us that don't use our channels for all this glitz and glam and all this shake your shimmy and shimmer. A lot of us get on here and talk about the same things that we've been talking about years ago before any vote even got going on. A lot of us can see what's going on before something even hit the table. A lot of us already decided what we was going to use our channels on. And when we was talking, we was being laughed at. You know why we was being laughed at? Because all of the tap dancing going on, all the shaking going on, all the stripping going on from each social platform, from YouTube to Instagram to Facebook to TikTok. Y'all winning. So y'all don't care. But the thing is, The people like me that's nobodies, that's in the background, and the other content creators that's in the background is trying to fix the problem. See, we smart enough to use our platforms to talk about what's about to happen, because we already know when it's done wrapping around, you ain't gonna be able to pay for no entertainment. This the main line we've been trying to keep open, but don't nobody hear us, because we ain't well known. We ain't got no big names. We ain't fancy. We ain't got on piles of makeup. We ain't got no lights all around us. We ain't got no producers coming in and coming out and take. We ain't got all of that. We ain't well known. We ain't Denzel Washington. We ain't Blair Underwood. We ain't none of these people. So don't nobody give a damn about what we got to say. But now this stuff is going on. Now you want to come from up underneath the table. And now you want to talk about how you being targeted because of your skin color. You want to talk about these things and this and that. But see, the money was good then. You wasn't getting hit. You was high on the hog. You was with the big peoples. You was with your peoples. We was a little cats on the totem pole, and still is. But we've been talking big things. And now big things is happening. And now big things is happening to you. But don't come from the table. Now we still them little people that's been sitting here 5 and 10 years ago on our platforms that ain't talking about nothing. If you ain't never felt no effects about nothing, y'all starting to feel some effects about now. A lot of people should, like I said, I can't tell nobody, and can't nobody tell nobody how to use their money and what to spend their money on. You can't tell content creators how to use their platforms. You can't tell nobody what to do with their thing. But if I was people, I would leave a mainstream open for the debate, for the negotiation, for the lawmaking, for the speaking up, for the not standing down. And then if I wanted to create some fun content or whatever, I would create some fun content or do what I want to do after I said what I want to say. I wouldn't make my channel all about dancing and this and that. I wouldn't turn a blind eye to what's going on in the world. Because after a while, what's going on in the world is going to come knocking at your door. And that's what's happening. Folks is having to turn in your keys. Folks is turning in their keys now that never thought they'd have to turn in their keys. But who are we? Us small content creators. We ain't nobody. But we've been standing here for years preaching the same sermon. And we still standing here. But nobody looks at us because we ain't nobody. Keep doing what you're doing. Y'all think that's something. Y'all ain't seen something yet. Something about to go down. This ain't nothing. This the beginning of something. This the tip of the iceberg. Get smart in what you do, who you stand by, and what you support. I understand entertainment and having fun. If I had money to have fun, I would have entertainment too. I would pay for the things that I like to pay too. But I also would keep a conscious mind about what could go wrong and where I need to be at as far as when it comes to politics or debating or trying to get with somebody or voting and trying to see other people's point of views and whose hand to get ready to shake and hold and who to get ready to unite with and who to call my brothers and sisters.